Transport for London say police are making an extra effort this morning to spot private cab firms using any bus lanes. Cab company Addison Lee's in the middle of a row with Transport for London over who can and can't use them. TfL says drivers will be prosecuted as the firm tells staff to drive in them. Let's get more on this story now. Pleased to say joined live on the line by Leon Daniels, who's the Managing Director of Surface Transport at Transport for London. Good morning, and thanks for coming on the programme, Leon.
Good morning, Jim.
So have you caught anybody this morning? Do you have the police have caught any Addison Lee drivers using your bus lanes?
Yes, there are one or two things going on this morning, Jim, already, and I think the thing to say here is, when I woke up this morning, I was in a law-abiding democracy, and I think what happens, in this country is that if you're not satisfied with the law, what you do is you take reasonable steps to get it changed, either through the democratic process, or if you're unhappy with the way in which the law is being applied, you go to court. What Addison Lee is doing is just that, of course, is they've got a judicial review going on with the London Borough of Camden over a particular bus lane incident. We're an interested party in that, and frankly, that's the way you get things changed.
So why are you so against Addison Lee using these lanes? You let the black cabs use them?
Well, there are 24,000 black cabs and there are over 60,000 private hire vehicles. If we let 60,000 private hire vehicles into bus lanes, things would grind to a halt.
OK, but then the black taxis are not exactly a public service. They're a business just like the minicabs are. Surely they're entitled to have a fair playing field.
Well, the difference is, of course, that black cabs ply for hire. Private hire vehicles have to be booked in advance. We let the black cabs into the bus lanes because, of course, they're picking up and setting down, plying for hire and need the curbside.
There are 3,500 Addison Lee vehicles, and of course this is the firm who are pretty much loggerheads with you guys. Face facts, they're being told by their chairman and founder John Griffin that they should use these bus lanes, and in fact they're prepared to take on the fine of £1,000 per offence. There's no way you can stop them. 3,500 minicabs.
Well, because the truth is, Jim, that nobody can indemnify anybody else against committing a criminal offence. And it's entirely irresponsible. If you want to change the law, you want to get an interpretation, you go to court. And Addison Lee will be going to court later this year, and a judge will make his pronouncement. It's completely irresponsible to incite your employees to break the law in the meantime.
So what are you going to do about it then? I mean, they're saying that they're going to flout the law. What are you going to do? What action is TfL taking?
Well, of course, if you flout the law, then there will be fines, there will be prosecutions. And if you repeatedly break the law, either as an individual or as a company, then your licence will be in jeopardy.
So this is a serious threat that you could pull their licence?
This is more than a threat. Anybody who persistently breaks the law may well find themselves unable to meet the requirements for repute to be a driver or an operator of a private hire vehicle in this city.
Do you think as well that if they do decide to do this, that it could impact on journey times for people that use the buses?
Of course it will. There are 6 million passengers a day on our buses. That's more passengers than we've had on buses since 1957. If we clog up the bus lanes, which speed the buses through, journey times will get slower, journey times will be less reliable, and 6 million passengers a day will suffer.
Are you concerned that other companies may follow Addison Lee's example? As you mentioned, there are about 60,000, I think you said, private hire vehicles. Addison Lee's got 3,500 cabs, quite a small percentage compared to that whole picture. What if other firms follow suit?
Do you know what I think will happen? I think with drivers of all private hire vehicles, whether they're employed by Addison Lee or not, they're concerned about their livelihood, they're concerned about not breaking the law. What they'll do is they'll continue to obey the rules, all the traffic rules, all the requirements. They'll continue to stay out of bus lanes until the court has made its pronouncement.
And finally, if you could have one sort of direct message to the chairman of Addison Lee, John Griffin, what would you say to him today?
I would say to him it would be a very bittersweet thing indeed for the court to find in your favour later this year, only to have had your licence revoked in the meantime for persistently breaking the rules.
Leon Daniels, Managing Director of Surface Transport at Transport for London, thank you very much indeed for your time this morning.